Freedom, our heritage. In 1776, the sky was red, thunder rumbling overhead. Bad King George couldn't sleep in his bed, for on that stormy morn, old Uncle Sam was born. Now that was some birthday. Old Sam put on a three-cornered hat, and in a Richmond church he sat. Patrick Henry told him, while America drew breath, it was liberty or death. Old Uncle Sam in a three-cornered hat. Do you think they believed in liberty in those days? Nobody who was anybody believed it. Anybody who was nearly everybody doubted it. Nobody had faith. Nobody. Well, nobody but Washington, Tom Paine, Benjamin Franklin, Jim Solomon, Crispus Attucks, Lafayette. Those were nobodies. The nobodies ran a tea party in Boston. Betsy Ross organized a sewing circle. Paul Revere had a horse race. And a little ragged group believed it. Some wise men and some fools. I believe it too, and you know who I am. Well, now, maybe you don't. I'll try to explain. It was like this. Mr. Tom Jefferson, a mighty fine man, wrote it down in a mighty fine plan. The rest all signed it with a mighty fine hand, and as they crossed their T's and dotted their I's, a brand new country did arise. A mighty fine idea, adopted unanimously in Congress, July 4th, 1776. Quote, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." That's what they said, the very words. It sure seems mighty fine. But then you know what happened after that. Building a nation is awful tough. The people found the going rough. 13 states weren't large enough, so they started to expand. Where did they go? Into the Western land. Still nobody who was anybody believed it. Anybody who was nearly everybody stayed at home. But Lewis and Clark and the pioneers, driven by hunger, haunted by fears, the Klondike miners and the 49ers. Some wanted freedom, some wanted riches. Some liked to loaf, while others dug ditches. But they believe in it, I believe it too, and you know who I am. Well, it's kind of hard to tell you. You see, I represent the whole universe. That's right, that's the idea. Old Abe Lincoln was thin and long. His heart was high, his face was strong. He hated oppression and hated wrong, but went down to his grave to free the slave. Man with white skin will never be free, while his black brother is in slavery. And we here highly resolve that those dead shall not have died in vain, and government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from this earth. Abraham Lincoln said that on November 19th, 1863 at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Maybe you still don't know who I am. Well, I started to tell you. The machine age came with a great big roar as America grew in peace and war. 1,000,000 wheels went round and round. The cities reached into the sky and dug deep down into the ground. Some got rich, some got poor, but the people carried through and our country grew. What's that you're saying? Well, you want to know my name. Who am I? Well, I'm the everybody who's nobody. I'm the nobody who is everybody. Did you say something, buddy? You want to know my racket, what I do for a living? Well, I'm an engineer, musician, street cleaner, carpenter, teacher. Am I a farmer? Also, office clerk, you bet. Housewife, certainly. Factory worker, you said it. Mechanic, that's right. Stenographer, yes ma'am. Beauty specialist, positively. Bartender, absolutely. Truck driver, definitely. Miner, seamstress, ditch digger, all of these. I am the etc. and the and so forth who do the work. Did you say something, madam? Am I an American? I'm just an Indian, Irishman, Negro, Jewish, Italian, French and English, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, Polish, Scotch, Hungarian, Litvic, Swedish, Finnish, Canadian, Greek and Turk and Czech and double Czech American. That's not all. I was baptized Baptist, Methodist, Congregationalist, Lutheran, Atheist, Roman Catholic, Orthodox Jewish, Presbyterian, Seventh-day Adventist, Mormon, Quaker, Christian Scientist, and lots more. Our country's strong, our country's young, and her greatest songs, they're still unsung. From her plains and her mountains we have sprung to keep the faith of those who went before. We nobodies who are anybody believe it. We anybody's who are everybody have no doubt. Out of the cheating, out of the shouting, out of the murders and lynchings, out of the windbags and patriotic spouting, out of uncertainty and doubting, out of the carpetbags and brass spittoons, it will come again. Our marching song will rise again. Simple as a hit tune, deep as our valleys, high as our mountains, strong as the people who found it. For I have always believed it, and I believe it now. And you know who I am. I am America!